Hi,
Hi, hi Amelia, nice to meet you. Hi,
so nice to meet you.
so nice to meet you. Hello everyone. I'm Sara Maino. I'm Deputy Director of Italian Vogue and Head of Vogue Talents, and happy to be here for the third day of Copenhagen Fashion Week. And we are talking to Amalia that just showed her show, Spring Summer 22, correct? Yeah,
Yes, correct. Thank
yeah,
you.
okay. No, so nice meeting you, Amalia. And I hope the show was successful. And I wanted to quickly ask you a few questions about nowadays, obviously, it's very important for a brand to give important messages to their consumers and to the outside. So I wanted to ask you, what is exactly the DNA of your brand and the purpose of doing your brand?
I think for me, it's really obviously all about knitwear, but also the way we produce it is super important to me. And I think if, in general, if we could inspire brands to focus on something they're really good at and try to really perfect that, I think that would be amazing because sometimes brands today think they need to do everything. For me, it's really about developing the knitwear and making it as great as possible. And the production part is just a big part of it because we think so much about how we can make it with almost no waste, but also how we can kind of work around the body to break the thread as little as possible. So I think that's really the key things for me in the brand.
Okay. And you're based in Copenhagen. Is your production done all
Yeah.
in Denmark, right? Correctly. And obviously, I mean, this last year has been, very challenging for everyone. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, I mean, probably it's questions I've been asking a lot, but what has been the most challenging moment in this year and a half? I mean, obviously there's been a pandemic, but for brands like yours, I mean, it's not been easy, but I guess it's also open to new ways of seeing the way of doing, producing and acting for a better future. So, what was your main challenge?
I think the first thing is, you kind of feel like you're already in this like bubble down in the studio knitting, and sometimes you really want just something, for the world to see, like, okay, do anybody notice us, and do we actually feel like people are, recognizing our work? So I think this lack of, getting to Paris to do sales, or I mean, this lack of going out there, meeting our customers, feeling, this like interest, because it was all digital, it was just a very different way of doing it. I think it probably learned us to kind of perfect the way we take photos, the way we maybe do some videos. I mean, we kind of try to improve the way that we communicate our products, because a lot of it was based on people buying our products without even touching it, and that's so unreal for me because it's such a tactile thing, doing textiles. So it was probably perfecting that process, trying to make people understand, what was all about, from hanger to body. So
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, I saw a lot of. I spoke with a lot of designers and students, and obviously it wasn't easy. And this missing of of interaction and meeting people and physically seeing things, it was the thing that mostly hit everyone. But and then obviously your brand is very focused on responsibility and sustainability, which nowadays it's something that has been discussed a lot, and people are using the word sustainability a lot without giving probably the right meaning and reason why they're doing it. But I always prefer to use responsibility rather than sustainability. And I wanted to know how you see the future of your brand and what you're working on, if you can speak about it, because you've been always focusing on that, which is important. And I think it's also a very important message to give outside, especially to consumers.
I think for me, what I'm really working towards is, obviously, I mean, a production, I want to improve everything as much as possible. I want to do more seamless knitwear. I want to do all these things that really just improve the product for the user of it, but also in terms of being responsible. For me, knitwear is amazing in the sense that, you can create a full garment on the machine. And I think this way of producing is just speaking so well, with like the future of brands, because we do want to make the most out of the technique we do. And I think not taking advantage of that is just silly. So for me, I think the production is a constant thing that I want to just improve and really just push, and I really want to inspire other people to do the same. But of course, I also want to inspire to. We have a lot of styles that you can use back and front, or that just changes so much in the way they style them. So for me, it's also keep inspiring the customers to use our styles in different ways. And then it's not about seasons, but it's about just combining them in different ways. So I think, I mean, those things, but obviously, the key thing is also inspired to make less products, because I do think treasuring great clothes is really, I mean, I have something I've had for so long. And if I can inspire other people to do the same, it will obviously be amazing.
Exactly. It's over quality, I think, it's the most important. It's about, the quantity of overproduction. But no, so Amalia, thank you very much for your words. And my really last question was, I guess, is this your first time you're showing again after like a year and a half, or you managed to show before? Because now I kind of, was this your first physical show after the
This is my
pandemic,
first
or you
physical
managed?
show ever.
Okay. Ever? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I've never done it
Congratulations. I
before.
didn't. Okay. How
Thank you
was
so
it? How
much.
was the feeling? How was the feeling?
It was really overwhelming. I mean, we've been working on this for so long, and I really always kind of dreamt about this format where I could have like all these different women showcasing the clothes together in like a gathered history. So I think in that sense, it was just a unique opportunity, and I'm really just overwhelmed and super happy with the result. So yeah,
Well, so I hope to Copenhagen next season so I can meet you and see the collection live. And
that would be
thank you for
wonderful,
taking the
Sarah.
time. And
Of course. Thank you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for have a good
Okay.
day.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.